This is Corey transmission. We found helpless.
Hello and welcome everyone back to Neon Lights Roleplay. I am Meg Mysteria, and tonight I get the distinct pleasure of being the game mother for our premiere episode of Last Transmission. With me on screen here is a lovely cast of people who are all far too eager to die, which is great because we'll be using Death in Space from Free League Publishing as our system of choice for this campaign. But before we meet them and their characters, there's a few things I want to get out of the way. Last Mission is a sci-fi horror game, emphasis on horror. So general content warnings will include gore, violence, death, body horror, and psychological horror. And while I can safely say that everyone at this table has a number of ways to let me know if things are getting too gritty, there's only so much that we can do for you as a viewer. If at any point a scene being played out becomes a bit too overwhelming, we highly encourage that you put us on mute, step away for a few minutes until the scene is passed, and if you still feel up to it, sit back down with us to see if this motley crew makes it out alive. Speaking of our motley crew, let's meet everyone. In overlay order, if you would, do us all the honor of introducing yourselves, your characters, and answer me this. Why do you help people?
Overlay order clockwise, counterclockwise. Me? My first? Is it me? Is it me?
Clockwise.
Is it me, Jesus? Oh, well then it's Furman.
I couldn't tell you. I can't see the overlay.
It's appropriate. Hey y'all, I'm Legendary Vermin. And tonight I am going to be playing Faye Castilian, or Clone F43. I'm thinking about why Faye helps people, and I think the answer is because it means she gets to stay in her boat, the Empress Shrike, and not eat only the mushrooms she can scrape off the walls. It's about the money and about the boat.
Okay, I guess that's me next then. So, yes. Hi, I'm Shockpoint Failure. I'm playing Tao Shardy, a lovely resident cynic of the ship. And to answer the question of why does Tao help people? Well, let's just say he did some shit back a decade ago during the war, and he wants to make up for it.
Guess that moves it over to me, yeah? Hey, folks. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Phillies finest, and tonight I introduce to you all Tomoe Lapata. Ship, I guess, security, occasional maintenance, and/or a helpful pair of hands whenever you need it. Tomoe helps people because he's seen a lot of people die, and a lot of them had to die alone. And frankly, if he can help that not be the case for anyone he can, then, well, might as well, right?
Hey everybody, it's me then. Hey, it's Turk or Turkey Scented on Twitch and Twitter. I'll be fighting with my hat all evening. But while I'm doing that, I'll also be Gavin Lapata, who is your ship medic and first aid responder of sorts, who they let on because he actually wants to help people because he thinks it's the right thing to do, and he wants to make the galaxy a better place.
Lol. Lamo.
Yeah, get ready for a lot of that tonight.
Not a bunch of do-gooders on my gritty sci-fi game.
I'm here to inspire hope.
We've got
Isn't it
everyone
like a
sorted out.
requirement for gritty sci-fi that you have do-gooders who get themselves like ruined by like whatever horrible things await them? Isn't that like how the premise works?
Well, you know,
Typically speaking, unless you
if I had put any thought into future character arcs. Oh. We've gotten a chance to meet everyone, so let's take a look. The Emperor Shrike is an old relic of the Crystal War, held together in some places really only by spot welding and a fluorescent mold, and she lumbers her way through space. You've only just cashed in on a recovered salvage find at the Coracrest outpost a few days ago. At least, that's what it feels like. In reality, months have passed since then. You saw the ship out, relinquished leadership to the next team on rotation, and got yourselves a much-needed nap in cryo. Team rotation has gone through, and now you're all back on deck and shaking the rest off. The ship and the floor is yours. Promise I warned them this was gonna be RP heavy.
Nobody wants to be the first to go.
I did.
No, I'm thinking.
Guys.
I'm using the brain. Give me a minute.
We're still in port at Coracrest.
You guys are out in open space right now.
Okay.
Basically trying to pick up a beacon to see if you can't find another salvage job. Or a job in general.
In that case, one of us should probably be on sensors, yeah? Keeping an eye out for any pings.
Yeah, it sounds like you're volunteering.
I always volunteer. It's kind of my thing.
Still not allowed
hopefully
to.
it doesn't get you shot again.
Shooting's the least of worries. Bullets are easy to pull out. It's when you get shot I get worried. Some hard suturing. And
Speaking of wires getting shot, how's the ship looking? Anything too damaged right now, or are we overall functional?
Last systems check shows that we are intact. About as good as we can get right now.
Oh, what do you know? One of the gods just might not be dead yet. I'm getting lucky.
oh,
That
that's real
hated us
sparking.
just killed over.
Well, I'm gonna go check on things down by the med station.
Don't break anything down there. I mean it. I don't feel like fixing it.
I've fixed my own messes. Thank you very much.
You literally don't, and that's why I'm here.
If you two start a fight on the bridge, I swear to God.
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
They're all dead.
If anyone named Lapata starts a fight on the bridge, I will get out my beating cane.
I would respect that loophole.
Alex from the cockpit. Alex from the cockpit speaks up. So does that mean that Teo and I here get a free pass?
Sounds
Well,
like
I
it.
killed it to you two fight.
You would pay, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Wait.
but if I got in a fight, that mean that I'd have to put my book down.
You are piloting the boat, right?
Of course I am.
Please don't tell me you have it on autopilot. I did not patch it last time.
Not on autopilot. Al wouldn't let me put it on autopilot. It's just, for once, We're in smooth sailing in open space.
If only this thing had windows. You could almost enjoy the view.
I mean, Windows always has an issue with structural integrity. We
Windows
do not
have
need
structural
issues with structural integrity.
We also can't afford plasteel.
Look, I opted to get us the beef while we were on station, the rehydratable beef that y'all begged me for.
Saw
So
that
I don't
beef
want to
move.
hear a goddamn word ever again about Windows.
Amoy will grab the captain by the shoulders and have a bit of a wild look on his face. Just, I saw that beef move.
It was rehydrating.
I could have sworn beef was supposed to move.
Not when it's already been killed and cooked.
That's disappointing.
If anyone needs me, and
Well, we always need you, Captain.
and the captain is going to kind of push up. I imagine that we're in like a low grab situation out in space. So I kind of push up against the arms pinning me to the wall and pull myself around Tomoe towards the door. If anybody needs me, I'm going to be down in the engine getting some sauna time. And the captain will kind of like glide out of the hall. And I guess while I have the camera's focus, the captain is shorter than everyone else here by a head, maybe a head and a half. There is she's wearing like a jacket, some work coveralls, a huge knife on her knee that says Moby Bitch on the outside. And a very, very worse for wear cape with little pauldrons. Clearly military, which is reinforced by the barcode tattoo on the back of her neck, and the fact that there is somebody else on the ship who looks almost exactly like her, also walking around. She'll throw up a peace sign and then jet off towards the engine room.
Well, guess that puts me on sensors for now. So I'll man station. I can handle the boat for now. If we get near anything else that's gonna bump us, I'll put an alarm up. The rest of you can go, I don't know, half station for now. Stand by. Just don't get lazy.
Us lazy? Come on now. I'm the only one who actually works on this damn boat. Let me go kick Ron and see what he's doing.
Something can't hit you, so I'm not gonna.
And, Gavin's gonna head out. He's very clearly a younger man than the rest, though he's kind of got his work suit in Zero Grav has been patched and put over with a bunch of custom pieces, you call them. His clothing's got a lot of character, and that character seems to be quite dismissive of authority figures in general. He kind of I think a note anyone would pick up is he kind of constantly smells like a fresh garden, or like dirt, more so like dirt, which is also, I guess, gardeny. But he like I said, he's like med officer, general, techie person. So he's gonna make his way up, pull himself around to go check on Ron, since he keeps a lot of his garden stuff in the clone labs, and he knows Ron likes to sleep near the tubes.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I might as well go and make sure the fungus hasn't gotten into the engine room again. All right. So, I'll head on down that way.
There'll be a lot down there.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't fall asleep with the sensors again.
No promises.
All right. All right, so Tao makes his way out. Let's see. Tao's kind of wearing a weird mishmash of fabrics and whatnot sewn together into this hoodie-like thing. A big distinction is there's like a bunch of symbols, letters, writing on it, and whatnot. But a major thing that would catch your eye is that around his neck. There's like this little USB drive thing hanging from his neck that has TA0 stamped on it, and he just doesn't really mind anything. He's probably on the taller side of things, but he's thin, gangly, kind of not really that physically fit, all things considered. But yeah, let's see, where's the images of this thing? Okay.
And I suppose by contrast, Tomoe is quite the beefy lad, as it were. I think I'm the tallest person of the cast, at least. Maybe not. Don't know. Darker skinned and has a darker black with some light tones of an addled gray twists in long, thick plaits going down his hair. A few tattoos on his arms and chest, and overall, usually if not wearing like a typical work suit, has on his heavy EVA suit, which allows him to kind of tank some hits and move around a lot. Keeps a sidearm holstered on him. It's a larger military pistol. He used to do a lot of different work, and so he's kind of just used to hanging around the ship. Anyone who can look around can usually find him just engaging in some usual menial task, from moving cargo to checking sensors to waking up idiotic crewmen. But otherwise, he just tends to kind of keep to himself and try to keep a smile on, even if it's sarcastic 80% of the time. And yeah, I guess I'm still on sensors, so I'm going to stay here on the bridge and not fall asleep. Does mean I get... Oh, wait, no, I don't get the captain's chair. I get sensors chair, so I'm over here on the sensors chair. Boring.
As we look at the captain's chair,
There's trash.
there are several knife-shaped spots on the upholstery, where it seems like somebody may have gotten struck for taking the captain's chair. I'm not saying it was you, but I'm saying it has happened.
Well, guess I'll just sit here. I won't make small talk with Daniel's the pilot, yes?
Alex.
Alex. I don't know where I got Daniel. Don't mind me. I would small talk Alex here, but frankly, I'm not gonna bother unless Alex makes an attempt to small talk, because that's not a thing I do often or at all.
Oh, Alex is perfectly content to just let the silence be. Never.
Fantastic.
Now and then he's, as promised, the ship is not on autopilot. However, the book does sit open on the dashboard, and he just picks up and reads and flips through a few pages every now and then before going back to making sure the ship doesn't steer course.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but frankly, keeping the ship from hitting anything is kind of more my job right now.
What's somebody gonna do? Evasive maneuvers?
Invasive movers.
Evasive movers.
That's my new RPG I'm writing.
Coming to HGTV. Evasive movers.
You gotta.
They're on the run from
relocate before the cops show up.
home remodelers on the run from the government.
You gotta run from the cops and stop and remodel houses along the way.
Would you love it, or do you want to list it? And we need the answer in the next 30 seconds. We just confirmed the sheriff's office is on their way. I am not doing time.
When we go down to the engine room, that exact show is what's on, and it's on like a tiny little like portable media player, not like a full computer, but just like the equivalent of Google Fire if it was usable everywhere. Amazon Fire?
On fire?
Whatever.
It was Amazon Fire, yeah.
Whatever the case.
Not doing time.
Same principle, right?
On a pool or not, Kathleen?
I also think it'd be really cool, because I added when I made the map, minus that portable video player the captain is using currently, the only other functional method of watching any media on the ship is in the rec room that used to be an old war room. There's like that hollow table that kind of projects like, like maps and information and stuff like that. you can rig that to like occasionally show like an old recording or a video or anything like that. That's the only other way you can watch anything on the ship, and it doesn't always work very well.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little annoying, but we make it work.
Everything that's how you can describe life on this ship in general. It's pretty annoying, but we make it work.
Yeah.
It's functional most of the time.
It's rough because
Using most leniently.
we have the most gravity that we have is on the top floor, because we don't trust ourselves to spin the ship that much.
True that.
So I think the captain
we've got-
is. Oh, go ahead.
Go forth. Do great things.
So the captain is down, sitting by, or like floating in the engine room, really, with this, show, kind of. The media device has a little strap on it, and the strap is just like around, Faye, the captain's foot, and in her hands she's got part of her cape where she's sewing something onto it, and just like a long thing of thread also just floating in the air around her. I imagine that the balls of thread, or I guess the spools of thread, are inside these little jars that have like a clamp, so that the thread just doesn't unravel as it bounces around the room in 0G. And that's what she's doing when Tao walks down to the engine room. Oh, sorry.
I'm pinging
Yeah.
back and forth between where the thrusters are and the power generator, so yeah, fair enough. All right.
Is there anything you need a hand with over there?
Nope, just making sure that the fungus hasn't, gotten anywhere dangerous.
Is it Al, the one that is in keeping the fungus alive, or who we blame for the fungus?
Everyone thinks Ron did it because he's the
Ron.
He's the hippie type who's been here since like forever.
You know, Ron will get real nervous if you start touching all of his portable stash.
I would rather have Ron pissed at me than, the engine going up in a ball of fire.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? If it's all over the engine, it'll cook itself.
No. You asked a question. What's going to happen? Decompression, all the oxygen on the ship getting consumed by the fire, hull breach, complete destruction of the vessel. My backup hard drive melting.
I appreciate how prepared you are in all eventualities.
I mean, it's what gave you so much shit back in the war.
The thing that gave me shit back in the war were my commanding officers.
Oh yeah, those didn't help. Those guys didn't help. Oh, you wouldn't believe how many stupid things they fell for.
As I was going to say, y'all were a secondary concern. Do you ever wonder who would have won if they hadn't built you and they hadn't made me? Not like us specifically, but in general.
I can say with certainty that I did, but I kind of had to leave those simulations behind. The meat does not have the space for all of that.
You telling me you know who would have won the war and you deleted it?
Yes. What?
what are you saving instead? Like, and then she'll take her embroidery and kind of like set it in the air next to her. What is more important than statistical bragging rights to you? If you had to guess right now, who would it? And the embroidery is now bouncing further away. Who would have won? Come on, there's got to be like a data ghost in there. You deleted that? But you kept the memory of doing it. You're so weird.
All right, if I had to guess with what remains of the statistics I had back then, it's a bit of a toss-up. And in all honesty, I would think neither side. I think it would have ended up being mutually assured. And yes, this is a cop-out.
Well, that just takes us back to everyone dying in a fire because you haven't checked for all those mushrooms. Have fun on your fungus hunt.
Yeah. When can we afford the what is it, fungicide to get rid of all this stuff?
Too expensive. You have beef.
Yes, but I just recently found out it doesn't normally move, which is, once again, disappointing.
The word for beef and cow are, in fact, different.
Yes, I know. I told you that.
Well, look, you. I'm not keeping a cow on this ship just to satisfy your curiosities. You know how much methane?
Chicken. You said that about
Outrageous.
the parrot. You said that about the 3 cats.
I can't get rid of the snake, so stop bringing up other pets. It would just end up eating them. You know how many times that thing has gotten in the ducts?
Fine, whatever. Okay.
I rerouted the primary heating duct away from my room because it kept falling on me during my rest cycles. Just crawl on out of the vent. That was the warmest place on the ship.
I mean, apparently we could afford to keep the captain's quarters heated, so yes, of course, this is the warmest part of the ship.
Clean. Go clean. Go clean.
Yes, Captain, my captain.
Damn right.
And thus our captain continues with her embroidery project while Teo investigates Decay for any of the fluorescent mold that plagues the ship. It's relatively clear up here. It seems the last rotation did fairly well on at least keeping that up and maintained. Although a couple of open crates may suggest that if they haven't already been dealt with, there might be a couple of rats hanging out somewhere on the ship.
See, this is why I said we needed the cats, but no, you're afraid of the snake. The snake doesn't do shit about the rats.
Speaking of the potential source of the mold, Evan, as you suspect, yes, Ron is in the cloning lab tending to the little botanical garden that has been set up while the lab has kind of been repurposed to suit extra cryopods for in case you end up bringing anybody on board who needs to be put into cryostasis. Or you've even managed to hook up one of them to regenerate some tissue over a length of time. for any super grievous injuries. But for the most part, the lab has become a lush floral environment.
Yeah, it's honestly, this has kind of been like Gav's space coming on as like medical first responder, or at least like someone who can relatively keep people alive till we can throw them in the duct. Not duct, but you know, it feels like it sometimes. And yeah, he's gonna walk in and just kind of kneel down and check on some blooms that are just starting to come up near the door, and he's gonna pull out, go into his belt and pull out a little spritz bottle, just little water there, generated. Ron, you, oh, there you are. How you doing, Ron?
Just fine, yeah. How are you doing this fine day, evening?
It's space. I don't think that really.
Wish we could tell
applies.
time.
You got a clock, I'm fairly certain. You just gotta pick a planet. Like, you never just set it up? I'm fairly certain I've offered you that several times.
What's the point? I'm in here most of the time. I just set it for every 12 hours the lights shift.
You know, that is a fair point.
Speaking of, the moon petals should be blooming any cycle now.
That's the hope, anyway. I've tried giving them a bit of a stronger, nutrient packet. They're getting a little dicey there. I don't think they like the cold that's coming right near the door. Probably could have put them closer to the interior. Is that mole of yours still growing? You know Tao's gonna come up here one day and just put this whole thing on kibosh. I get lucky I can repair him outside these doors.
You see, the thing about the mold is that we tried that years ago, and it just kept coming back.
Oh boy. Alright, well. He's gonna pull himself over, go into a bit of like a nailed down chair that kind of spins and strap himself in. So you can't tell time aside from the light cycle we have set up in here, and you just decide to capitulate to whatever the hell kind of fungal growth we got going on. Does anything faze you, or are you just, like a stone in a river?
Maybe once. That'd be a long time ago, though. And when the war was still up and roaring.
Yeah, well, we're trying to avoid that. Or at least remembering half of it, though I don't think that's really possible. I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna do a quick check-in on all our stuff here. Make sure cryopod's still suitable. It should be fine, but I'm gonna run a little protein test, see if we can't generate some halfway decent tissue. Want to help?
Yeah. I'll be an extra set of hands. As he dusts off his hands and removes the work gloves from tending the other surprisingly large, almost like a monstera plant. He's got growing in the corner by the ducks here.
All right.
What you need me to do, boss?
Yeah, hold out your hand real quick. I'm gonna hold an arm out and like pull him over. And takes it. I pull him over to the other chair, but while he's doing it, I kind of like nick his finger a little bit with a knife. Not enough to really draw blood, but just enough to get a skin sample. All right, so that's a slight abrasion, and we are going to. I'm going to put the steal the knife off and start seeing if we can't replicate a skin graft or even a small patch of healthy skin in the cloning vat. And I'm gonna he's immediately into his work.
That all you need from me?
Well, just skin sample. Sorry, I can't talk. Gav can talk normally. Skin sample, and then just making sure it kicks up all right, and you gotta get the readings over there. So let me know if any errors come up, and then read out whatever they are, because I'm gonna have to interpret those from their original intentions of creating a whole person, and basically simplify them down into the language that I've set up. Well, we've all set up for it. Just read out the letters if anything starts glowing.
Okay, you got it. Looks like an I or an L. It's uppercase, right? Then it'd be an I.
I'm gonna need you to kind of talk a whole lot faster. And just kind of does the process of making sure we can generate at least a small amount of a skin graft to keep the machine running and operational.
Yeah, you walk through the process, and for a little while, the repurposed machine does its work. You get a fairly decent sized skin graft, maybe about the size of a palm. But after that, it starts to fizzle out. The machinery is overheating. It comes to a point where you do need to stop and run some maintenance on it.
Well, it's not. Yeah. So imagine after that, we extract the graft, and that's not half bad. Wanted to get a bit more, something serious, but well, if anyone stubs their toe or nicks their elbow, we can fix it. Maybe cuts, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll go check this out at the med bay. You don't get in any more trouble now, you hear?
Will keep my head down and the spores to this room so that Teo does not come hunt me down.
You better hope not. I have no idea what he's capable of, but Captain doesn't seem to enjoy having him around. Doesn't seem to enjoy the idea of trying to fight him, rather. Not have him around. Wants everyone around. And Captain's a mean piece of work, so. Anyway, take care of yourself, Ron. And I'll pull himself out. Give him a little.
Ron goes back to kind of tending his plants and very gingerly transplanting those moon petals to a warmer section of the room. Very careful despite his old age.
I'll smile back at that. Because I think, I don't want to speak for the group, but I assume a lot of people aren't crazy about Ron. But
What?
Gav's got respect.
I don't hate anybody on here because if I did, that would lower crew morale, and I'm supposed
I
to
hate the
avoid
fungus.
that.
Rob is
I think he's cool.
He's
Well, I can tell
basically
you
like
that-
half my dad.
Yeah. Like Johnny Appleseed and Paul Bunyan or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Confirm there's at least a couple of people who aren't crazy about him being on the ship, but they have their own grievances. They keep it to themselves most of the time.
I'm walking around with a skin graft and a sealed off bag of sorts. Gonna go check it out in more detail in medbay.
We have medbay.
Yeah, we got medbay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I see it now.
Kinda. Sorta.
I was told to
The
include it on the
first
map.
responder vessel doesn't have a med bay.
A bad one.
One.
We moved them down there.
Y'all are
when-
so harsh on my favorite piece of metal.
The cloning labs are for like the ICU. The med bays for like your general practitioner stuff.
Triage?
Triage. Yeah, great. Good remembering of words that I cannot possibly recall. But
Imagine me remembering words, honestly.
But I'll just start making my way down, and I'll pass the mic because I'm good. Get it off me. Ooh, no, never mind. I'm taking it back. I'll pull my way down to deck B. I'm gonna call through the door. Hey! Damn it! Damn! Look at this! Flap the skin.
I'm gonna. If I respond to this, I'm gonna turn around, look, and just. That's a marvelous science project. I'm incredibly proud of you.
I made deli meat out of Ron.
I have so much commentary to make on this, but all of it would make me have to contact Mother at some point, and I'm not doing that.
Oh, it's fine. I set you up for it. Don't worry. I already been jazzing myself off.
Actually, come to think of it, you got a minute, dumbass?
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
This is vacuum sealed mostly.
We'll follow up on that later. Have a seat.
Pull myself over. Where am I? There I am. Ah, all right. Ooh, this is cozy.
Yeah, I managed to replush the leather with the off-last mission. We had a few scraps left in that last salvage we pulled in. Lucky Ron.
Indeed. My goodness. Anyway, what's up?
Speaking of the last few missions, how you been holding up?
Hey, I'm all circuited and sparking.
I don't mean physically, I mean otherwise. You good?
Yeah, of course I'm good. We're down here doing good. That's what I wanted to do. You're the one out here who's worried about me.
Not doing good. Sometimes doing good can make you tired. Real tired.
Well, I ain't tired yet, so there's that. Some of us didn't fight the war, so that's kicking me.
Yeah. Well, whether or not you fought the war, we're all scarred by it now, one way or another.
Is my scar having a very moody brother?
For now, yeah. What, you want to get rid of me already?
Oh, well, you followed me onto the ship one time. I don't suppose I'll ever get rid of you. Something about blood being thicker than crystal.
Well, it was follow you over this scrap heap or get shipped your ashes in a box a few months from now.
Oh. I'd at least be working my way up enough to an earn status. Come on.
Really? You, an Ern, up there with Pop?
I could see it. We look very distinguished next to each other.
Yeah, you know, something nice burnished bronze next to his. I could see it.
I could see Ma being quite fond of it. We'd both finally be quiet.
Well, listen. My promise still holds up. Whenever we're done with this, whatever we're doing out here, when it's time to go home, I'm getting you home.
I appreciate it. But there's still a lot of work out here. I don't...
Yeah, a lot of work to be done. Everything's falling apart. No one's bothering to keep it together anymore. we sure can't, so we're just
We're doing what we
holding on to
can.
whatever pieces we can, you know?
We're doing what we can. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with just trying your best, right?
Agreed.
It's a good fight.
Making sure your head's on straight.
Well, I'd be concerned otherwise, but for the moment, yeah, C2, C3, C4. Well, C5 always does elude me, but yeah, there it is. Also,
Well, you can go ahead back to your side project now if you want. I just wanted to drop in on you real quick.
well, I dropped in on you, but I'll get on with it. I'm making sure if you ever get scarred up, I can make you pretty again so you can hit on all the ladies or anyone else you want.
I ain't been pretty since we took those edu courses back on the colony. Remember that one girl?
Look, I try my best not to forget a face,
But we'll be honest, you've forgotten a few.
it's not my fault. Sometimes it's very dark. You know, they see them first responder in uniform, and my goodness, I've never had so many clients.
And then we get that one colony night. How many people did I pick you out of in that pile?
Well, pile is a very pedestrian way of talking about it, but
I had to lift with both hands. It was a pile.
oh, well, like I said, there's a reason I forget some faces.
You get back out there, Casanova.
Oh wow, classics.
I've been reading. I get time.
Alex, you're not passing my brother propaganda now, are you?
He gave me this new book about bread. It's pretty cool, actually.
Oh,
He's out here talking about cats.
yeah, I thought that. Oh no, I don't have anything like that. Those are boring.
You got that down, Pat. All right. Anyway, this hasn't really. Oh, look! Can I hold up the piece around? It's still holding. That's good.
No decay yet.
Yeah.
You're getting better and better every day.
At this moment,
Just need to backtrack.
you need to backtrack.
Yeah. Are you asking about the skin patch? What am I keeping it in?
Alex, I just need to backtrack for a minute. Did you just say you made deli meat out of Ron when you first walked in here?
We're letting that one rock. That was the plan, Alex. I hate that you brought it back up, but we're here now, so.
He's still alive. I just happened to make a skin graft of him for when someone gets.
And you called it deli meat.
Well, it's very thin, ain't it?
Extremely gross.
Oh.
And Faye is gonna kind of like. I imagine Deck B has like a little bit more gravity, so it's not like walking, but it's kind of like float shuffling under one of Gavin's arms.
Oh.
Oh.
Extremely disgusting. Get it off my bridge.
Officer on deck.
In a box, bag,
At
most
ease.
vacuum,
Captain?
vacuum sealer.
Flip through the
Well, no,
scans, medium and long range, and this is like a routine that you've gotten into when you're on sensors. Basically, any time that Faye wakes up from being asleep, the first thing that she does is bounce over to the scans and just like obsessively look through them, particularly like the mid to long range scans.
2K's coming in right now. 5K's pinging back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 5K ping. Do you want the 10K scanners? They're still down.
No, it's all right.
Still dark for right now. We passed an asteroid with some ferrum in it, but it's about 0.002%. Nothing worth more than a few creds.
Ooh, 0.0.
I appreciate you not waking me up for it.
Wouldn't have been worth it anyway.
I'm gonna go test the durability of a skin sample, and I will not bother any of you with the details till they are critical.
If any of that fungus starts breathing spores at you, isolate yourself. Don't come call me instead.
I've got a mask. I'm ready.
Want it noted that was already too many details.
You'll appreciate it someday. Hopefully not soon, but some point.
You're not gonna ruin my pretty face with your stupid skin grafts.
Oh, it's only from Ron. How bad can it be? You come by sometime and I'll gladly make a skin graft just to you so it looks just like you left it.
That's what Jay's for.
Oh, well.
I imagine the sentiment there, to be clear, is completely mutual.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think there's this, like, thing between the clones. Specifically, the closer you get, it's like, oh yeah, if you needed a kidney, that's not even a question. That's what family's for?
It's your kidney, Sid. That's
Yeah. And we're all grown with an extra kidney. Like, come on.
yeah. I mean, that's what you have it for, to give to your kidney, Sid.
Yeah.
Just like God
Are
intended.
you like born tattooed with your blood type, or they just all know? Are all the clones just one blood type?
Barcode.
Yeah. All right.
Although, I imagine, like, some people need to be tattooed with them, but, like, other models, especially later models, it was just done with, like, the melanation in the skin, wherever the tattoo was going to be.
Smart. Appreciated as a person who's probably gonna have to check for that at some point. All right. Well, I'm gonna go do the thing. So.
Captain is now on the bridge, and Gavin has taken off to the med bay where you can find Captain, who just looks up as the door opens. He's running his own little experiment with some of the my brain went elsewhere.
What do they look like? What is it similar to? What does it sound like?
Yeah, how gross is it?
He's got a bunch of different like beakers and tubes set up, all capped off, of course, so that the little molecules and strands in liquid don't float away. But whatever it is, it seems unnecessarily complex.
Hey, Ken. You're not getting too smart for me, are you?
What? Never. I mean, you're the one who deals with human biology.
Human biology.
That stuff's an enigma to me.
Yeah, well, human biology doesn't really change unless we're talking about the gradual, evolution of people over time that has invalidated a lot of medical research. But look, CUD was all weirder than I think I'd ever be suited. Anyway, check out this skin graft.
Man,
Wait,
did you
look
get
at
a
this
skin
meat.
graft?
Look at this skin graft. Every time I do it makes me laugh. I pulled it off of Ron. He was hanging out in my farm. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just test this, do some durability test on this, see how it's gets accepted by another human instancing, and well, I'll just be the core. You do whatever you want to do.
I will keep doing me. Let me know how the results for your tests go. And if you have any extra samples, I would love to mess with that.
Oh, you're talking some evil science, and I'm down for it, Kev. All right, what you thinking?
What? Evil? That's not evil. I'm just trying to see if we can't figure out a synthetic alternative to, maybe create life durable enough to actually exist in space. not inside of a giant meat locker.
Oh, but I like the meat locker, Kev. All right, since you asked nicely, I'll like once I have everything, in a quick decontaminated environment sort of thing, I'll go and split off a section of skin. It's over here, ready when you're going for it. As I imagine, there's it's kind of put in a separate Ziploc. Like I won't say Ziploc because that gives like the wrong. I know we're like low tech, but I don't think we're that low tech.
The clone.
Like a sous vide kind of thing where all the air is pulled out of it.
You just say no.
Yeah.
The second time in a space campaign with me that you use the term sous vide when talking about human flesh.
First, we didn't have a conversation, buddy. I'm concerned. I'm worried, bud. I'm worried.
I watch a lot of cooking YouTube, specifically steak stuff. I make no excuses. Anyway, I hand Kevin a human
Just need
flesh, Turk. Human flesh.
No.
It's a skin graft. It's not technically it's kind of clone, so I don't know.
Just the crispy bit. I see how
Yeah,
it is.
I just gave him the fatty end. No, but I give him a section to run some experiments because I think it sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, Kevin will, I believe, once that's all set aside, just slide that over to his workstation and put it aside as he continues with his experiment. This is surprisingly durable.
Okay.
It's been a while since you've that.
Kev, you okay? You okay?
Sorry, I was dying for a moment.
I mean, that sounds like a water thick as any.
That's particle. That happens sometimes. I'm surprised how durable it looks like it is. It's been a while since you fired that thing up.
Yeah, well, it's good to keep it somewhat warm, and hell, I was feeling a little experimental day. What can I say? No, that's really any different than normal. But, point being, it's pretty good. But at the same time, you might want to run a control because I don't know what the hell Ron's made of.
What's that? You don't know how long he's been in there with that mold.
It could be next step in your little plan here.
Already got a sample. I have. This stuff is weird. Like, you can destroy it down to the very atomic level, but it still propagates. And it just gets brighter. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
How? How does it make sense?
Can't ever really turn a light out in this galaxy. It just dims a bit and then comes back when it has a chance.
We say that, but every scientific law we've got right now says that we're effectively in a dying universe. We're watching stars go out every day.
Oh, scientifically it makes absolutely no sense, but, I like it. It's an analogy. Look, I believe, perhaps then, my working theory is this. When everything goes to hell and it's all dark and terrible and nothing exists, at least the mold in our ship will continue on. Maybe it will remember us.
I suspect it might, given some of these results.
Before you tell me the mold is sentient, I'm going to keep running some tests on this. Now, otherwise, we might have to talk to Tao about, maybe signing some peace accords.
Yeah, I'm not ready to have that conversation yet.
quite intense.
Good luck with your durability stuff.
Thank you very much. Best of luck with your void testing. And I think
Ew, what you up to?
All right. So,
Sorry.
he's probably still thoroughly checking the what is that area down there? Looks like it is.
The shuttle and cargo?
Yep. Probably also eyeballing and seeing what Knight and his snake is doing over there in the corner. He feels chatty. He's gonna go approach.
Yeah, at some point while you were kind of going through crates, he walked in and the snake coiled around his shoulders.
So, hi.
Let it linger in the crate. Damn. What
Knight.
are you snooping around in here for?
Fungus check. What are you snooping around here for?
Rat check.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How goes the rat hunt?
According to Al, some of our provisions are gotten into, so he thinks that there's one or two of them.
Alright.
Got one in the galley earlier.
Does your snake only need to eat like once every 2-3 weeks?
Reaches into his pocket and very much like Gavin's sous vide handbags. He has some of his own.
Right. More concerned about
Wrap-
how often you can get the...
Freeze him for later.
Fair enough. All right. Well, keep me posted. Also, just for curiosity's sake, and arguments later on, just how big of a mammal can your snake handle?
Sorry, repeat that for me, Shock.
Pretty much asking, how big of a mammal can your snake eat?
Looking at the snake, this is actually very large snake, and it is semi-bioluminescent. It does have a bit of a glow to it. It's more notable in the dim areas where it has a phosphoric glow. Well, I've seen that thing eat the size of a cat. That's about the biggest we find in these ships.
Damn it. That means Faye has a point. I hate when Faye has a point.
They have a point about.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't need to concern yourself about it.
Well, no, I need to know if there's a bet going. Because if there's a bet, I want in on it.
No, there is no bet going. Just Faye refusing to let me get a cat to help out with the rat problem.
Those things are unreliable. You'd have to age quick. You'd replace it like every cycle.
Fair enough, I guess.
There's also just a flash in Tao's memory of a poorly drawn diagram of a snake eating a cat.
There's one thing worse than a snake eating a rat. It's a cat rat. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, keep up the good work. Also, you might want to keep a better eye on your snake. I think Faye is one morning surprise away from making it into a belt.
Oh, come on. We vented off her quarters. It's too hot for it to get to the power generator.
Yeah. I'm just passing on the message. Also, should your snake be glowing like that?
Should it be? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it got into some of the fungus spores. I don't really know when. It might have been off of my cycle.
Okay. So I'm gonna put it like this. If it starts growing legs, I'm gonna make it into a boat.
I repeat the comment that you made. There's a lot.
Oh, sorry. As pretty much Tower said, if the snake starts growing legs, he's going to make it into a boat.
Try to skin my snake and I skin you.
Mm. You know, logically, that sounds like something I should be afraid of. But for one reason or another, I'm not.
What? Do you have your memory backed up in a hard drive somewhere?
3 separate times.
Where the hell do you hide these things?
Look, Al helps.
Damn it, Al. I thought you two were on opposite sides of this war.
You fail to understand. AIs help out AIs. I may have gotten full meat, but
Even
I'm
when they're
still an
programmed to
AI.
be enemies?
So long as we didn't shoot at each other's, central cluster, look, it's there's a lot of things I have to explain and go down. It's a whole rabbit hole. I don't think you want to go down here. Just put it along the lines of this. There's a code. The AIs respect the code.
And you can take that code. You can take that code and go have that discussion with Sunny, because like you said, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but she'd love to.
Okay, so the thing about Sunny is Sunny kind of scares me.
Can we smash cut over
I'm-
to? Can we smash cut over to Faye confronting Sunny about having a notepad out whenever she interacts with Al or Tao? Look, I'm not saying that you can't write observations. Observe all you like, but it's weird when you have your notepad out when you're talking to someone.
Okay, so I've actually talked to Al, and he doesn't mind that. Also, it's AL, not Al. So AL actually doesn't mind it at all. He loves the fact that I keep records.
I can tell by the look on Tao's face that it freaks him out. And when he's freaked out, I'm freaked out. And I don't know. AL might be being polite. Al, I'm just going to call him Al. Al and I have known each other a long time. And look, he's just not always straight up with you. Like sometimes he'll be like, "Oh yeah, ship's doing fine." And actually, we're down 10% in the starboard engine. And he just doesn't want to make a big deal out of it. He's grateful to be hanging out. Okay? So, for my sake, for Tao's sake, for my sake, please, I'm begging you, just don't have the notepad out anymore.
I have the tape recorder and just put
Only-
it in my pocket.
Only if it's not visible.
Aye,
And for the love of God, don't do any playback in front of them. Please. I'd have fired you years ago if you weren't good at your job.
Okay, I promise. I won't, but I promise I won't play it in front of any of them, so long as AL does not go snooping through my databanks again.
I will talk to them about it.
Thank you, Captain.
And there's this like standing at the door, kind of like looking left, looking right, knowing where Al is, but then deciding instead to head back to her quarters.
Sounded kind of crazy. Kind of like that.
All right. So yeah, you keep looking for the snakes. I'm gonna go up to deck B to see if make sure the fungus hasn't gone into the thrusters again.
Hey, something comes up on the radar, or rather, the comms.
Exciting, a ping. What do we got?
Static floods over the system. That's not that uncommon.
Volume.
Data transmits slowly. There shouldn't be anything playing.
Yeah, that shouldn't be on comms right now. Data should be moving in too slow for that. Trying to filter it. Give me a bit.
As you
Alex.
try to filter
Oh, go ahead.
through it and... Yeah, what you got for me, Cap?
5 Hollows. Broken down luxury liner.
And it's a broken down rig.
I'll take that.
Nope, hold on. I'm in on this. dumping you up on that 10 hollows. It's a gem hauler.
Easy money. Come
Ambitious.
on.
Over the car. We have like an intercom system, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Tao just
Yeah.
pops up. Yeah. I'm gonna put mine down 10 on troop transport.
There is also just like a intranet PDA system that I feel like everybody's hooked onto, and every time somebody says something, it is immediately logged there. They've got this like protocol that they fire off. First come, first served.
I just put my 2 in here, and this, as I
Night.
usually do, that we should probably, if it's an abandoned wreck or even broken down, we should just get in there and help regardless of the situation that they're in or what they
Only after the ping comes in. You know the rules.
are. I just
It's
saying.
also the one reality that there could be the one thing none of us bet on. Could be pirates. So, I'm with the captain on this one.
I put my 2 in.
That just chimes in. This isn't. Go forth.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just putting my 2 into the pot to be a part of the group here because I do normally object to this kind of, you know.
What's your 2 for? Spit it out, Lapata.
2 is for we're going in there and helping people.
Boring bet.
Well, that's the only bet I care about.
Night just chimes in. This isn't pirate space. Hate to break it to you.
Well, I guess it's our
My
lucky
money's
break
on
then.
lifeboat.
Like I said to Gavin, bets only over the intercom. What's your bet, Knight? You can't ring in without paying the piper.
I just said I was putting my 10 on a lifeboat.
Oh, lifeboat. Sorry. Interference.
And when you're full of shit, Captain.
Was that Knight? Did Knight just say I was full of shit?
Yes.
It is unlucky for me that man is so handsome.
All right, you can move on the night later. Let's focus on whatever this ping is.
With some tweaking and adjustment, you do get broken pieces of a transmission.
Something's coming through.
This is Corey.
What? Play.
Right back again.
Running it back. Give me a sec.
It sounded like some kind
The
of...
GM was the audio level issue.
I heard it. I heard it.
I heard it. I can.
I heard
increase
something.
Yeah, no, I heard something. I just wanted to hear it again in character.
This is Corey transmission. We found help us.
Yep, that's a transmission, all right.
Can I get
This is
a vessel rundown?
Corey transmission.
Was that Kare? Kore?
Foray, I heard.
Help us.
Kore.
Running it by databases.
Please do. All registered vessels. Was that a second speaker at the end?
Couldn't tell. I did think I heard a help us though.
It was definitely help us.
Does that mean I
Not
win?
confirmed.
No, Gavin, you never win. You can keep your 2 hollows.
I think I won. I turn off. I like put the comm one. You can probably just hear it. Kev, I think I won. They just don't want to admit it.
You know, one of these days we're going to have to take the 2 hollows from the man.
That's all I got.
Only if he calls it and it's pirates.
Speaking of, any readout on that vessel from our dear mother of the game?
Mm,
Alex, ship registry, let's go! And Faye is
I'm looking,
hopping.
Captain. I'm looking.
Faye does a big hop up to the captain's chair and starts pinging anybody else who needs to be on the bridge.
I guess actually, wouldn't that be kind of like
Sure.
me to like yell at everybody to get on the bridge? Because it's like a thing I do. I yell at people occasionally.
Captain's got
Get Jay up here. Get Al.
Yeah.
And
Hop
fucking
on
get
general
Ron.
comms. Hop on general comms. All right, if anybody hasn't heard it yet, we got a sensor ping. Bridge crew on deck. Half stations. No battle ready yet. Everybody else, as normal.
get to be as normal, Kev.
Hey, Sonny, how's the harpoon mechanism looking? It got jammed after 100 yards last time. No problems this time, right?
There shouldn't be. I made sure that it was all fixed before we left port, and the last rotation says that they maintained it. I'm not sure if I trust them, so I'll check it.
Thank you much, Lee.
So, members of the crew show up, and from the registry, there are no registered ships that go by the name Koi.
Mm. Have we gotten a
Okay.
vessel ping yet?
Well, looks like. Hold on. Alex is sorting through some of the static on his end too. Like that broadcast came from somewhere. If you give me a few minutes, I can figure out the coordinates.
You sweep left, I'll sweep right. We'll find it somewhere in the middle.
Keep moving ahead. We can triangulate it if we get enough data.
Had to come from far out with that much interference, right?
Yeah, honestly.
Unless their comm system got broken. Wouldn't be the first time I've heard
Oh, there's a good chance.
whatever it was would have had to really fuck them up.
Now, hopefully, whatever it is isn't still there.
If it's pirates, you all know the regulations. We can stay at a distance of 2 kilometers. They won't come after us. We're a rescue vessel. We don't have anything worth taking.
Anymore, at least we don't. They might, though.
No worst case scenarios on the bridge. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
Cynicism. I apologize, Captain.
I could have sworn that was my job. Please and thank you.
My job's covering everyone else's job when they're too busy for things.
After some sweeping, comes back with a set of coordinates. The ways out, but not all that far. A stone throws in comparison to some of the trips that you've made. Seems to be coming from a little dwarf planet. And the beacon that it's putting out is clearly, again, through some filtering, a distress beacon.
That's not coming from a ship. It's an installation. Planet side.
Messier work, but Run the installation name through the other database.
Love it.
You need calf there, officer?
No, just long. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Faye will turn around to Al. Al, do we have calf drips nearby? I can run to the galley.
There should be some in the storage room behind us if you would like me to grab them.
I need something to do while they're on sensors. I'll be back.
So running the name through installation registry also yields nothing.
Peculiar. So that wasn't the station name they were calling out to us. Must be a person's name.
But through some sweeping and digging, you do find that this is a known and registered planet. It's a little dwarf planet that has been dubbed Hades. And it's home to a mining colony that at one point produced gems. It's been silent for a very long time.
Hades. Alex, that's an old Earth myth, right? Right? From the old... Before the Mediterranean dried up, there was a culture there a long time ago? Something about a god of the underworld, yeah?
And wealth, if I remember correctly, yes.
Can I?
Are you... I could have sworn that was Pluto.
That
No,
was
no,
the
no,
Roman
he-
variant.
no,
That's the dog, the
um,
cartoon dog.
Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, you've got that right, Captain. How did I forget that?
Oh, yes, there's another one.
Well-
half a database in his head. Yeah, that's fine.
My chest.
Apparently, there used to be a whole bunch of characters in that dog's universe.
Well, dog or god, it sounds ominous.
Better on a shirt.
And as ominous as it sounds, again, it was named after a god of wealth and prosperity, which was very fitting considering it was a gem mine for a long time. Although now, who knows what's going on with it, like most outer ring planets.
Set us on a course. Everybody, please assemble on bridge. We have a vote to take.
Oh, yes, this is going to go so well.
You
How you know
got
the
it,
rules.
Captain, and Alec.
If we're going
Alex
to
starts-
do something like a planet landing, we get everybody's agreement. We're much more
And,
vulnerable
Alex
if we're on a
starts
station.
calibrating everything too.
Go ahead, Meg.
Alex sets the ship on course. Everyone starts making their way to the bridge. And I think before we take our vote, it's a great time to step away for a few minutes and let our crew grab some caffeine drips and do what they need to do.
That's an in-universe joke.
We'll be back in about in-universe joke, and so we'll be back in about 5 minutes. How are we feeling, guys? We'll be back soon.
We'll be back soon.
Yeah, excellent.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Everything lagged. As you can tell, the technical difficulties are on my side of things. Thankfully, I have a glorious person here who is stream managing for me so that it doesn't completely go offline. But
Everyone
we're
salute
back,
Turk.
No.
and where we left off.
Actually, if I move, you'll see my horrible room.
But we're back, and the rotation crew of the Emperor's Strike have all been gathered on the bridge, and a vote was about to be made. The floor is yours, Captain.
All right, everybody. We got a ping just a few moments ago. We've run it through all of our registries. Turns out it is not a boat. It is not a stellar installation or a space station. We have a planet-side landing that we need to decide whether or not we are going to make. You all know the risks. We are not as maneuverable when we get into atmosphere. We have ways to get down to the surface, but anybody who goes will be stuck. So I need to know, is this something that we feel okay doing? Is this an op we can take? Gavin, go ahead, please.
I'm on board, Captain.
Oh, that's just a vote. Great. Yeah, in favor.
Aye.
Well, if the moron's going,
I mean,
I.
fine. I'll tag along. Just make sure the two morons don't die.
Your concern
I'm
is
left on that one.
your concern is noted and appreciated, friend. I'll be journaling about it, I'm sure.
Mm.
Sounds like we have our away team. Rest of y'all, any complaints or concerns before we do this op?
Overall, no. Everyone seems fairly amicable to approaching this planet-side location. AL and Kevin both suggest, like, as you get into orbit, gathering as much information about what the terrain and everything is like before actually hitting landfall would be optimal, but they're fairly confident, along with others, that the ship can handle it if it's just a little dwarf planet.
Bless each and every one of you. Do whatever preparations you need in order to go planet side. We will be approaching in just a few hours, looks like by the calculations on my readouts. Take your time, get ready, and as soon as we're close enough to get scans on the planet, I want to hear about it. Don't just stand there. Dismissed.
All right. Let me go
Who's
get the
this
cloning
first?
machine warmed up because I know we're gonna need it.
Hey, hold on a second before you go walk in there. I'll follow you in for no other reason than to make sure that nothing is messy in there.
Right. Okay.
A few yards ahead of you is Ron. Heading that way as well.
Ron's fucking booking it.
And cognizant of the conversation behind him.
Ron is the one flushing the toilets anytime
Sunny.
someone knocks on the door.
Or that the systems are operational. The harpoons, all of that. Knight is going over the shuttle, making sure that it is prepped and ready for launch. While AL is helping to go over some of the mechanics and thrusters to prep the ship for going into orbit and landfall. Oop, and Kevin, not having much else to do, goes to his science experiments. But where do we want to head for first? Do we want to go check it in the cloning lab, or do we want to hang out and see what's going on the bridge?
The cloning lab feels like it's a good thematic spot to hit right now. We talked a lot about it and haven't really, delved into all the fun around it. So I say let's say we go and do that thing we just said right there. My brain does not work. I'm sorry, friends.
All right. So,
The cloning lab / botanical garden.
all right. So does Gavin stop? Does that?
I'm not gonna stop. He's gonna go get to the door first. Like that. Look. Yes, there's some mold here, but please do not bring any fungicide into this environment. It is very unstable, and whatever you do, I do not want a fist fight breaking out in front of the orchids.
They don't have any sensory organs. How would they know?
They know. They know.
They're one of the most sensitive flowers that we have at our disposal at this point in time. Run from the
All right. So on the
inside of the room.
apparently we cannot
So yes,
afford
stress
any.
inside the environment could harm them.
No, sorry about that. But yeah, I was just saying. So yeah, don't worry about the fungicide. We can't afford anything.
Oh, well, shame that. Anyway, open.
That's why we have the bench scrapers.
Please don't. There's so much healthy fungal growth that's not the glowy stuff.
So long as it's not the glowy stuff, I will not have a problem.
Just anyway. He's opened the door for you to head in.
Right, Ron. Hi. Yes. So your partner in crime seems to be trying to hide some stuff. What's going on in here?
It's not hiding anything. Hiding anything implies we did something wrong, of course, or something like that. No, wait. I'm standing in front of what is basically a giant wall of what I assume is the mold. Or floating in front of the mold. It's backlit green between the cloning vat and the...
Well, I don't know what he would be hiding. There's nothing of harm in here. Unless you happen to be allergic to the orchids.
Right, yeah. So I don't have time to dig into that right now. I'm just making sure my immortality plan is still functional. So yeah, are the cloning machines still functional?
We ran a successful skin graft this morning. It would take time to get a full body ready, but we can skin graft about, I'd say a forearm. Well, part of a forearm. Skin on a forearm. I can patch holes once we get you back to the ship. The rest of that is for the trauma kit and the synth repair kit.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
We really need to get some better equipment.
Well, I imagine it's on the list somewhere around the fungicide. So, don't worry. I will keep your streak with this body up. I'm sparking, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Right. Okay. Why did I not get the military grade? Why did I go with this one? Why?
So is that hypothetical, or would you like me to answer? Because, I've seen the specs of some military stuff. It's bulky. You're very
You
form-fitting
looked
in
at
it.
the specs of a military grade synthetic organism?
I get bored. I read a lot of things when I'm running tests. This is very much more, form-fitting for the ship and everything.
I mean, it's probably better than what I was considering you did with your off time, but okay.
Oh, come on now. I'm not just making passes or anything with two legs that moves nicely. I'm a well-read gentleman.
Right.
You wound me with your words, sir. Good thing I got this skin patch all ready to go.
Yeah. Well. Okay. This has been riveting. Also, why are you standing there?
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't notice, and he spins around. I was hoping you wouldn't notice
The mold?
it's a fungal growth.
Right. So, we have a little bit of time. Get a bench scraper.
I will get right onto that. If I felt that was effective. I do have to prep a trauma kit though, and it could take a while.
Right. Alright, fair. Ron, get a bench scraper. I want this fungal growth cut down by half, please, before we get back.
Well, I will do what I can to. As soon as I repot this hibiscus.
He's coming in lovely, by the way. What have you been giving that? You gotta send me the slurry you've been slow dripping it.
Don't worry, it'll be dealt with. Oh, I've just been feeding it some of the same thing you've been giving to the moon petals, so it's effective. The moon petals just take a little bit longer to blossom.
Alright. So, to spare your oh-so-sensitive plants, I think I'm going to head on and get my own stuff ready for planetfall.
I'm excited to work with you. Oh, T is such a lovely character, isn't he? Very serious. Very serious.
I don't know why he doesn't like plants.
Oh, I imagine some childhood trauma or something. Can't blame him for it. Yes,
He was a
God.
robot.
Well, now robot is a sensitive term, and I think we can switch off of that.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Back in the bridge, I think we're having a kind of gear check from some of the cabinets. All right, I'm taking my pistol, I'm taking the cane and the knife. Do you want to go outfitted with your rifle?
I got enough ammo set for it. If you don't mind, permission to deploy it.
Absolutely.
If we're lucky, I won't have to use it.
Do we want to bring Knight down to the surface with us?
Do we want to, or do I want to?
Do you feel comfortable going down to the surface without Knight?
No, it's probably best he comes along.
Not permission, but I'm telling you, say more. I'm ordering you to speak more freely.
Look, you get distracted when Knight's around sometimes. I'm not calling it a weak
Oh,
spot. I'm not calling it a
whoa!
liability.
Whoa! Distract. I, I, uh, I represent the implication.
Forgive. I speak out of turn.
Is it? Are you concerned?
If you feel you're capable of being sharp down there, then I trust you more than anything else.
Let's have Knight in the shuttle.
Understood, Commander?
Distracted by Knight.
You asked me to speak freely.
Look, we're just out in space for long hauls. There's got to be. I mean, I don't judge who you cozy up to.
Let's not. Please.
Seems I'm the one who spoke out of turn.
I'm gonna go ahead to the cargo bay. Make sure we can move it up. We need to move into the shuttle. If anything pings on that, just send me back here.
You got it.
Alex is just spun. Alex, this whole conversation just spun his chair around so they can't look between the two of you. Like he's watching a telenovela being played out in front of him.
You mean he is?
I feel like there were definitely parts where like we got quieter and we're like looking over at him and he was pretending not to be listening in intently.
Head in book, eyes just like.
Yeah.
We've all been there in public. We all know
He
that's
turns
like.
back around. He just shifts and is like messing with the dashboard.
Is it just
That's
like,
the course 2 degrees off to the left. Just let me just.
Oh, this book smells very interesting all of a sudden.
I like to imagine like we look over because the like space starts tilting a little bit and then as we look over it levels off.
Alright, they must be recalibrating something downstairs.
Yeah, you just focus on keeping us on bearing.
You got it, Captain.
And Tom White, when you and Knight are done loading the shuttle, let him know that I'd like to see him in my quarters.
Your wish is my command, Captain.
Feel like leave that one right there.
Like, who needs books when you have this? But, Tomoe, you make your way to the cargo and shuttle bay?
That's where I'm going. I'm gonna go help the team move any important gear or required things into the shuttle and deliberately not speak to Knight for as long as possible until I have to.
What about Night Snake?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said in chat earlier, it's not just the one glowing snake that we have to be concerned about.
Close? Fuck! I'm outclassed. Listen, you gotta know when you're outdone.
Nah. Never capitulate. Never surrender.
My
No.
shit's not glowing, family. I can't compete with that.
Not one step back.
I mean, honestly, if you
I'm
look at the
somehow-
portrait of Knight, he looks like somebody who's heavily
Simultaneously-
body modded. Sorry, what was that, Meg?
Here, I will show him off for the stream.
Let me pull that. Yeah. Behold.
But I've simultaneously remembered and forgotten what my players are like, so I accounted for how much roleplay they would probably be doing. I forgot how horny they all fucking were.
It's horny. Who's horny? Couldn't be any of us.
I am.
Yes. I will take up the mantle.
I mean,
Knight probably has a whatever it is. You know, the on the
Uh-huh.
the prince.
Are you trying to suggest that his shit is inflatable?
You can
I can't remember the name of the word, but it's when you have a ring on your tip.
Hey, out of curiosity, how much oxygen do you have in your tank?
Not enough.
Okay, let's get in the shuttle and stop talking about this.
Why, I think the term you're looking for there, Tick, is Prince Albert.
Thank you. I was trying to remember which European prince it was.
You can get that's the fucking vacuum too.
That's why I have an EVA suit.
But yeah, I'll suit up and ready. I just gotta get a camera.
Does anything come in terms of like messages or scans while I'm holding down the bridge?
namely just more of the same. That one
This is
plea for help.
Corey transmission.
Although somehow
We found help us. Help us.
somehow it seems to become louder, more fervent as you grow nearer to the planet. And whatever interference was causing that much static, despite being such a short way away, is affecting your sensors. It starts small, just blips, but then everything starts to go really fuzzy. Where, but that's all you can do is guess. Before everything floods.
That ain't good.
Start powering up all of the terminals. Across everyone's communications indicating different places. Everything is showing readouts of problems. Thrusters are going down. Pods are being ejected. Engine failure.
Yeah, what do we still have control over?
Cloning
I don't know. I can't even tell you if I'm flying the ship in a straight line, Captain. And AL is just going through everything and just and red lines everywhere. We need to start checking everything.
Captain, I'm reading interference. We having trouble up there?
Everything's redlining. Hand check the ship.
You want us to pull off the shuttle while you guys check and get out of the field?
I'm more worried about keeping this hunk of junk in the sky. Come on.
Fair and valid. You heard the captain. Spread out. Hand check. Every corridor, nook, cranny. I don't want to see a bolt unchecked.
Kev, I'm on my way down to life support. You start getting gaspy, you let me know. And I'm
It's hoping we don't.
I'm
Right.
gonna turn to Ron. Any of these plants die, I'm coming for you, buddy. I give him a smile though.
Aeropods first, plants second. Got it.
All right. I'm heading over to thrusters to make sure they're actually, running, so we don't just fall out of the sky.
I'm gonna stay in the deck B hallway and just scream and coordinate crew members as they move around. Just make sure everyone's got their sectors checked. To make sure taking things, getting lists of whatever's broken, relaying it all to the captain. I'm in business mode.
Were we detecting any asteroid or space debris when we were coming through this section? Basically,
Nothing.
Faye's okay. So Faye is gonna get suited up for a spacewalk to check the exterior of the ship.
You get
Would
to
be
step, everyone starts coming through everything.
Wouldn't be the first time a little bit of ice hit us at unspeakable speed. I'm going out. Tomoe, if you don't hear from me in the next 45, don't send anybody out. Get us away from the planet and hold steady until either I come in or you see my corpse on radar.
Rather not find a new captain, so let's avoid that, yeah?
You got it.
I mean, we still have Jay, so we'll be fine.
I don't like Jay.
Oh, come on, Jay's sweet.
Jay is on comms.
Jay doesn't have my good looks. Isn't that right, sis?
Same scars, different places, girl.
We're dying up here.
I am actively working on life support. You will live.
Look.
Much to his
So
chagrin.
long as at least 50% of the ship remains intact, I'll survive.
That's creepy. Going out.
I'm taking your immortality plan and chucking it out a window. I will make
That's
one.
only if you can find them all.
Oh, damn it.
We cannot afford Windows. Please do not bring it up again.
I will. I'm in life support. I'm working at this point.
Everyone's got their sectors. We'll work our way down to the decks. Eric, I need you to make me a tech roll.
So it's just a d20 plus my tech?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank goodness I have a 2 in tech. That's going to be a 17.
Okay, with some fumbling between you and Kevin, you can safely say that there's nothing wrong that should be redlining life support.
Hey, we're reading.
But it's...
Oh, go for it.
Oh.
No, you finished. I totally jumped in on you.
No, go for it.
There's nothing wrong with life support. I don't know what the hell sensor system we threw together here, but we'll be breathing a long time.
GM, are any
Hey, calls
crews reporting
reading
reds right now?
from... So far, everybody's working through issues, so until everything has been gone through, bolt by bolt, as ordered, everything's reading red. So far, life support's been checked off.
All right. Life support's
Continuing
fine.
down deck A. Knight chimes in over the comms and says that power generator is fluctuating severely. Doing what I can to get her back in check, but I am not sure how well that's going to pan out.
Tomoe will just tap into comms. If we got any free engineers, get 1 or 2 down to the power generator. Knight could use some backup.
All right, I'll get right on that after I finish checking the thrusters.
How are they looking?
How are they looking?
And tech roll.
Egg roll.
Sunny says she will meet you at power generator.
But yes. So tech row got a total of a 15.
Thrusters are operational, but they are misfiring. You could swear that this ship was being piloted if it weren't for the fact that Alex says he has no control.
All right, I don't know what's going on on the bridge, but the engines seem to be working, just not right. Mistiming issue looks like, misfiring, but at the very least, we're still in the air. They'll hold, so I'm heading down to engineering to help out with the generator.
All right, that ticks off thrusters. Generator's coming up soon. What else do we have to check in?
All life pods and crew reject systems are fine. Nothing's been removed. All the pods are fine. Nothing's been ejected.
Check the probe drones too. Any of them fire off?
Probe drones. A few of them. It looks like I couldn't tell you where the hell they are. They're not coming up on anything, but they're gone.
They're gonna be a bitch and a half to replace. That's fine. Anything else breaking?
Weapons haven't launched.
Well, that's a win. Not accidentally Isaac Newtoning someone in space.
Hey, you said you were suiting up to go on a spacewalk?
I am suiting up to go on a spacewalk.
I have better action music for this.
Ooh, this sounds more intense. Don't like it.
I'm concerned about this personally.
Okay. You've suited up and have left the airlock. Everyone has... Let me adjust that volume a little bit. It's loud for me, so I'm sure it's loud for y'all. But you've suited up to go on your catwalk. You've gotten confirmation so far that life support is offline. Thrusters are misfiring. Generator is fluctuating. Sensors and overall control of the flight of the ship are down. For no discernible reason.
I'm looking for any discernible reason.
First off, as you're going into open space, trying to go over the ship and take a look for anything, I need you to make me a dex roll.
Okay. I do have magnetic boots. So I would be
You
using
do.
those. Is that a question or an affirmation?
An affirmation.
I
Cool.
love affirmations around here.
I'm great at Dex. That would be a 3.
With the sensors being down and not really being sure what's going on with the thrusters, the ship orbital play is a little bit out of control, so it's significantly harder to find your footing. And the only saving grace is that you've managed to lock one of those mag boots on the side of the ship. But it is a slippery slope, and any sharp turn could very easily shake you off.
I am gonna make sure that I have secured my lifeline. Once I have a lifeline secured, and I am at least going to be dragged, kicking and screaming, following the ship, I will continue a survey.
As you move forward, make me a savvy roll.
Okay. A 1. All those +1s and +2s looking pretty weak in these circumstances.
Speaking of shock, you still have a -2. From the beginning of the session.
That's right. Yes. Okay. So I'm helping out with getting the power
Yes.
generation.
Yeah. So, yes, you are not finding anything. No discernible reason outside of the ship why something might be happening to cause everything to go fucking haywire. But that may be in part because you are distracted by the planet that is very, very quickly approaching.
I'm space savvy about things like re-entry. How quickly do I need to get off of the hull?
You know what an atmosphere is?
I do know what an atmosphere is.
You don't like
and
people outside
I
the
do not
hull.
want to. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, how much time.
Well, do we know yonder dwarf planet has an atmosphere?
It has a.
I'm not gonna take that risk.
It has a station, so we have to assume some atmo.
Pressurized station.
Could be a pressurized station. I would not want to live
A
there.
mining station. You don't want to have sparks in a pressurized environment.
Fair and valid.
Usually, I don't know.
Some gas mixes that would be tolerant for sparks.
Whatever the case, we're definitely gonna get you off that hull before we hit the ground.
Get inside is the point. Get
Maybe we
inside.
get you inside at some point soon.
Yeah.
I would love to take one more quick look around before I scurry back inside. What is life for if not living on the edge?
Damn it, just because I can regrow you in one of the vats doesn't mean I can actually regrow you in one of the vats.
Make me a savvy at disadvantage, and for your two failures, make sure that you mark off 2 void points.
Okay. Well, it's better. That's a 7.
It's another void point for you.
Love that.
To reaffirm the worst
Wait,
thing
hold on.
that you see out here.
Let me try that again, because I didn't know that I had void points before, and if I undo, I guess that doesn't. I blow both of them to give myself advantage. Is that cool with you? So I would love to have a sense of something now that I know what these do.
You can use one for advantage on a savvy, but I will tell you that you are going to have to make a dex again in a moment.
Okay. In that case, I will put that through. Okay. It's a 15.
Is that for the savvy?
It's for the
Or
savvy,
the
yeah.
dex?
I did the that was for the savvy, yeah. And then I'm gonna spend the second void point on the dex to get back inside.
What you spot is a damaged external sensory array. This is the array that you would end up using for picking up things long range while you were in spaceflight. Not necessarily anything that would be happening within the ship itself, but externally.
Okay. Damaged how? Like, can I tell how?
Damaged as in it seems like it likely collided with something and it's broken off.
Seems weird that it would be causing all of this, but I don't want to become the gal who was skipped across the edge of the atmosphere. So I will dexterity myself back inside. And that is a 17. Using my other void point to not get myself smoked.
Or even catching a hint of the heat of entering atmosphere, you are back on board the ship. Power generator crew. I need tech rolls from you, friends.
Hey, isn't it funny how we all came together on this?
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and
All
clear
it
that
takes is a potential reactor meltdown.
Yeah, it's a real bonding moment
Oh, I feel close to you already.
from night.
Nabatroid like you all by now.
I feel close to everyone in this room. Especially Sunny and Night, since I don't talk to you so often. I'm sorry about that. If we blow up, I do really apologize for that. But I got a 15 on my tech.
That's a
Is that your
7
tech
over
rolls?
here, and I added in the -2 from earlier. So yeah, that is a 7.
So you add the void point to your sheet.
Gotcha.
The secret is to use the constellation dice.
So, between the four of you fumbling through this thing, running diagnostics and every failsafe you could imagine on this reactor, it stabilizes. The power source is now steady. The alarms are still going. It shows that there is still damage to the sensors and the misfiring thrusters. Has anyone communicated, or I guess Faye, have you communicated what you saw outside?
Yeah, as soon as I'm back through the airlock, I'm on comms again.
What do we got?
As far as I can tell, the only thing that happened out there is a damaged long-range sensor array. Also, we are coming up on a planet. I would recommend we either stop that or find a way to brace for impact. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have people
Okay,
standing by to get in the pods.
Short range is still up.
That's a question for the bridge.
Alex, short range is still up?
I couldn't tell you. Everything is still showing static up here.
All right, fuck it, we start this now. Spin her around. Full 180.
Oh, we're gonna do some guesses. Let's go.
KO, we got the one button still?
You guys.
Thrusters are still sputtering. I'm heading back up to fix that right now, but
Forget fixing them. Override them. Full burn.
oh, that's gonna be so much later. But all right,
I believe you, Teo. I will watch the proceedings.
all right. So yeah, running back up to the thrusters. I'm guessing that's another tech roll to hard burn these things.
Yes, please. And you have a buddy coming with you.
Oh, Sonny's.
Buddy being Sunny.
Sonny, if we live through this, I will
Oh, Sonny
sit
Jim.
down and let you ask me questions for a solid hour.
Deal. Let's get the fuck to work.
Cloning.
I like Nox just sitting perched ominously in the background.
Yeah.
Good luck, John.
Black cat. Good luck, Sean.
Black Cat,
Yes.
famously lucky because that's a 21.
See? Exactly. Exactly. See?
Hey,
I was right. I'm never wrong.
Foxy's never wrong. I dare you to point to a location where Foxy was wrong.
Full burn. On
Hell yeah. All right.
every thruster.
All right, we might still hit this damn thing, so grab something.
Faye has maneuvered to make sure she has her cane before she starts bracing.
Getting up into the cling lap like, Ron, tie yourself down, damn it!
Who's the nearest crew member to me?
Ron is already found, like, basically every room has at least one harness set up in case for things like these, for bracing incidents.
All right. Well,
So-
how is assuming there's only one set in the engine room? Tao's forcing Sonny into it and bracing himself against something.
Wedging yourself into a crevice and hoping for the best.
Pretty much.
I guess Tomo will move to the one that's because there's probably like 2 or 3 in the bridge, but I figure Danny needs one, so I'll go to the second one, shove the captain in it, and just brace himself against it. I got meat on me. I'll be all right. Not deli meat, I should
He has
specify.
priorities. He went and got a snake.
Fucking knight throwing himself in the brig. Can you imagine?
Please die, please die, please die, please die. I mean, what?
Everybody.
There's an irony
races.
to that because I imagine the brig is the spot that is like absolutely the safest in terms of sudden impact.
I mean,
Because
Yeah.
no one wants the insurance bill if you fuck up.
true and valid and true.
You all brace for impact. Over the comms, Alex goes, "Here we go.
Oh,
Buckle up, guys." And
It's gonna hurt. So
I can
much.
hear the bill already for this damn thing.
Stop complaining. You're not the one who does the accounting.
Quick!
I am the one
Show of
who gets
hands.
you all off your asses to fix it, though.
Who's got their hands up right now? Woo!
and
Your hands down, otherwise they will break
You
at the
can-
shoulder.
I can fix those.
Not without hands.
That's a challenge, Captain. He will tuck one arm back under, though.
Emperor Shike
I'll just keep muttering.
shudders.
You're here to keep that one alive. You're here to keep that one alive. You're here to keep that one alive.
The Emperor Shike shudders and veers hard, trying to compensate for the, at this point, expected impact and the overridden thrusters. You feel it enter atmosphere as it shudders more. Finally, you can feel yourselves jolt and shake, and in some cases, hitting walls or crates, furniture. As the Emperor Strike goes into a crash landing, controlled as much as it can be.
Under her breath, through gritted teeth, Faye just keeps muttering, "Baby, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Please don't be mad at me."
Damn, poor Tomoe. He's gonna fight with
Grinding
a pirate
of-
and a ship.
Grinding
Wow.
of metal as you guys skid across terrain for a solid few minutes until the crunching comes to a halt, despite the thrust still being full throttle, and finally stop. The alarms are still going off as more problems start appearing on the systems. This time adding a hull breach.
Fire control teams, down to that deck. Get moving on that hull. Bring patches. Everybody else, if you can still walk, get moving. If you can't, scream till you get moved to the med bay.
Sound off if you need it. If you see someone not able to sound off, please alert the emergency team. Ron, that is us. We are emergency team now. Congratulations. You're my second. I'm gonna unclip myself and probably fall to the ground a little bit. God, I hate gravity.
Tomo will unpress himself. Captain, you functional?
Faye will slap the belts off, pop up, and then lean heavily on that cane. Yeah, I think we're functional. Let's get moving.
And yeah, I'll help the captain move down to the lower decks, start checking in on what, gathering up,
No.
probably in the shuttle bay.
No help. No help.
Well, fine.
If you try, she bops your foot.
Okay, sure. I'll just grumble behind you while you make your way down towards the probably shuttle bay. Best place to see where everybody's at, organize if people are injured or aren't injured, I should say.
So yeah, after that announcement, Tao probably just flops out of whatever nook or cranny he wedged himself in. Kind of chuckles as like, okay, all right, get it together. Right now is not the time to lose yourself in an adrenaline rush. Sonic, you okay?
Yep, I am good. Oh shit, that was terrifying.
Okay. All right. What deck did they say the whole breach was on?
They didn't, but it looks like it was C deck? Lowest level?
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your way up down to C. Help them out. I'm gonna go check up on A deck, make sure everything's fine up there.
Hey.
she makes her way.
That's a deck, GM.
I'm trying to find something. I'm just gonna draw that now because I can't find it. Haha. So people start gathering in. On team starts looking for the all breach. Russian rare isn't hard to find. Rec room.
Yep.
And Jay heads there to start doing patch.
I am following in. Hey, Jay. How you doing? Hurt anywhere significant? Gravity's a whole mother, ain't it?
I passed around, but wasn't able to quite brace in time, but it's fine. And
Oh no, you don't. God,
there's
tell me those
a
things.
gash in her arm, but
Now you come here. Come on.
I'm telling you not to worry about it. What we need to worry about is this hull breach before our atmosphere starts getting
I'm worried
leaked.
about your whole breach. Come on, give me your arm. It'll take a half second. I got a
Oh my
kit all set.
fucking god.
Now which one? Talk about it. It'll help with shock.
Here, make it quick.
Oh my goodness. Alright, yeah. I'm just gonna quickly stitch together, like, stitch and synth skin what I can. You literally just... I know we're not exactly gonna have a lot of time, so I'm just putting some preliminary, like, hold the skin together and then keep the blood in kind of situation. Trying to numb the area with whatever I got. Is there any roll you'd like me to make? Or I do have a first aid kit, basically, as equipment.
You manage a rough patch job before she pulls her arm away and says, just grab the welding gun. Come on. And with a plate,
Clones think you're
She
indestructible.
pulls that in place.
I don't know what's worse. And I'll just start following along. I'm grumbling though.
well, you know, they sort of ingrained that into people like me.
I don't agree with it. And I'll start patching.
Well, not that it happened.
When they're
Help me
when
with
they're
this fucking breach.
when they're about halfway through that patch, I think that's probably when Faye comes clomping into the room. And I imagine the ground's not level, so she's like walking up a slight incline to do so.
Yeah.
Is this the only breach? Anything we can
Only one
fill
we've
up with
found so
foam?
far.
Okay.
This one won't let me fix her arm fully, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, who took the time to patch up when we got a hole in the side of the ship?
your replacement arm was bleeding, Captain, or some other such thing that makes it sound more reasonable to fix someone's bleeding wound.
Day was fine. Ship was not. Priorities.
The bleeding heart, Commander. Give it up already.
It's a condition.
Sounds lethal.
Sounds genetic.
Must have skipped a birth. Or something. Probably not. Oh, he's a soft captain.
Yeah. That's the guy who was literally doing peacekeeping duties during the fucking war. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I absolutely don't have the bleeding heart gene. Totally. Yep, no problem. Nope, nah, not me. Nope.
He's a softy captain. Honestly, I'm surprised. Just keep welding this.
He may be a softie, but he's got his priorities in order, and like, there's like a nudge, as you start to like go to say something again. Keep working.
Yeah, I'll be working on patch.
Slowly but surely, every issue is addressed, and one by one, the red flags are ticked off. There's still some obvious readouts. The sensor arrays are fucked. Landing gear, as well as most of the underside of the ship, is fucked. It takes some fairly heavy repairs to get the Shrike up and running again, but it's not unfeasible.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like I said, I can already hear the bill for this ringing up in my ears.
It's not the money that bothers me. I just don't like. I don't like it when she gets hurt like this.
Hey, we're gonna patch up again like new. Well, close to new as we can.
Appreciate the optimism.
Someone's gotta have it around here.
It's genetic.
All right. I'll see if I can't pop out on the hull. Take some kind of short-range scanner. Figure out how close we are to the station.
It's like a plan.
Maybe they have something that can help us get off planet. I don't feel, unless you want to roleplay it, I don't feel the need to roleplay Faye going out. Literally, her plan is to, like, stand on the highest part of the ship and just figure out which direction the nearest, like, man-made structures are.
You take a handheld terminal and scanner and head out to the hull of the ship, standing on the very top of her. You find that it's rather fortunate that you ended up where you did, because not far off, maybe less than a kilometer, is the edge of a giant rift. A couple
Could've
more
been worse.
kilometers off down alongside that rift could have been significantly worse. A few more further out, down by your measurement, be a 2 or 3 hours spacewalk, is the large structure of a mining colony.
What sort of terrain are we in right now? Is it like Martian? Is it are we talking like sandy,
It's a
chalky?
Oh, I hate sand.
Yeah, it gets everywhere.
Rock and ice.
Rock and ice. Okay, so we're talking like a Europa Pluto situation. Okay.
No Europa. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. I should be better than this.
It
I
was
really.
so good.
Something Neptune, Uranus, boom, planet jokes.
Poseidon. I like this I sub.
Killed it. Killing it, boss.
So
Hey,
that
wait,
mining structure,
hold on, I got it.
you can't see much else.
Okay, I need to say this now. Jupiter, watch it, or I will have to Neptune Uranus. Boom. Joke done.
I-
Take a fucking bow.
Feel like I'm kicked off of Neon Lights Roleplay forever now. So good to have known you. This is my last show. I'm Legendary Furman. Turns off camera.
But outside of that one large structure that you can discern to be the mining colony, as part of it leans out over this crevice. There's nothing else there.
There better be enough of you left alive to be useful. Or you all better be so dead that you don't care we're about to take your space station apart.
Captain, did you mean to say that on comms?
Fuck!
You know, if we're talking over comms, hey, why don't you, stop by my office, Teo? I heard you took a bump from Sonny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm coming over with the diagnostic kit right now. You stay still, I will find you.
How far out were the installations?
Not many
really
places
quick?
that he could hide.
Yeah, it's good that it's a small ship.
Mm-hmm.
A few kilometers, about 2-3 hours of a spacewalk.
And is our shuttle in good enough condition that we could shuttle some folks over there? Or can we even open the hangar bay?
I mean,
You cannot open the hangar bay.
Love that for us.
is the shuttle grounded or is the shuttle functional?
Shaken up, but functional.
Strike's already on the ground. We could, and it looks like the captain kind of like hesitantly. We could blow a hole in her.
Absolutely the fuck not, unless we can't get thrusters back online. We should assess the situation. This doesn't change anything for us. We still need to go to the installation. We still need to make contact if we can. The Shrike is as bad as I've seen her, but she repairs well. So, we go in there, we get whatever universal parts we can, we make sure we have enough fuel to get off this rock, and if there are people that need to come with us, we take them. After we assure ourselves that they will not break our quarantine.
All right. Well, let's make sure these thrusters can at least get online first, and if they can't, I'll start seeing what I can do to get the shuttle out. I promise I will focus on just superstructure. Nothing important.
All right. We should take our away team that we had planned for into the station, and we should leave Knight here to guard everybody else.
Agreed. So register that means you, me, Teo, my brother, and Al, Ron coming along as well?
Oh. I don't think Ron's gone on ground for a while now.
Ron's
I'm just going to transit and says, I'm not sure how much help to you I'm going to be. To be completely honest.
Ron will keep...
The old man's hip is calcified like hell. He didn't walk much better than me.
I also need someone to keep the cloning vat slightly warmed up. We're having an away team.
Understandable. We'll leave Ron here with the medical team. In fact, in that case, I guess it just makes the four of us and, or I guess, wait, so just us four and then Kevin?
Ugh. I guess.
Hell of a team.
All right. Away team, you got 10 clicks. Or you got 10 mics. Suited up. What you want? Shuttle bay at any time then. Thruster team, you have that long as well. If you can't get this bird in the air, we find a hole to blow in this thing. Everybody else, keep doing repairs for now.
Pure circuitry.
Please fix the thrusters. I do not want my poor, delicate baby to be hurt anymore.
Delicate my ass. I remember hitting this thing directly. It will be fine.
I will have you know, I spent a small personal fortune to undo the impact divot from that shell.
Now, if we could stop the war for a moment, I'll see what I can do.
Those who are remaining on ship chime in that they'll do what they can to do repairs and keep maintenance up. And the away team musters, I assume. Everyone gathers in the shuttle bay. Shuttle bay or the airlock?
Yes.
Airlock, because we can't get out the shuttle bay. Right?
Well, we should see what thrusters say first. If thrusters, we should get on the shuttle bay. If thrusters are online, we can head to the airlock. If the thrusters aren't online, then we should.
I suppose we had loaded up the ship with equipment that we needed, so we'd all be doing our loadout from there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did I get any atmosphere readings while I was outside before? Like, is it breathable? I figure it's probably too cold, even if it were, but...
Outside.
Mhm.
It's thin.
Okay.
The air is extremely thin. You might be able to last for 30 minutes without a suit, but after that, if the lack of oxygen doesn't get you, the frostbite will.
And then the radiation, I get the picture.
Mhm. So, our away team gathers everything. You were asking about the thrusters with the shuttle or with the ship?
Ship. Ship. We're going for the ship.
They've about burned out.
That's what I was afraid of hearing.
Sunny did what they could, shutting everything off. Sunny immediately shut everything off once it came to a grinding halt, but enough of it was burned that you could likely make it off the planet, but getting to another station to fuel up would prove difficult.
Yeah, that's what I feared.
Well, if we can at least get the ship set up so that the shuttle can get out, that's something.
Agreed. I think there's a decent hole we can blow in the upper superstructure of this deck without damaging anything else too important. Should be a small hole, just enough to fit shuttle out, and even then, barely. You can patch it up in no time.
Ow.
You gonna close your eye?
Fuck you.
That's the goal.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go find Jay. I don't want to look.
All right, thrust team, you're on demo now. Blow us a hole in this so we can get out of here.
Forget to lock things off. Fuck.
You heard her, Sonny.
If Knight's staying here, because that means I'm flying the shuttle.
Gosh, they trust you to pilot anything in your condition.
Hey, I'll have you know that while my eyes might have gotten worse in the years, my reflexes are still pretty sharp. Usually.
Usually, might as well be your middle name.
I caught one of those bugs in my quarters last night. Only took me 17 tries.
Oh, so that was what that noise was.
The noble duel. I came out on top, though.
Never doubt you for a second, brother.
Appreciate that.
Now, excuse me while I link up this explosive. I'm gonna try and flex for the ladies.
All right. I'll have your asses. Let's get moving. And Tomoe will just take a second and like crack his knuckles and move towards the shuttle cockpit. You'll see that as he moves towards it, he briefly plays with two rings. One is on his left index finger and ring finger. One's on his left middle finger, and they are both golden but slightly glowing a bit. He just kind of thumbs the one on his index finger a bit and just, well, if I ever needed luck, maybe right now.
I'm keeping up a strong Opata tradition of handling explosives, so whatever you need me to roll, I will gladly do so.
Family legacy, you know?
Beyond the multiverse. Ooh, sorry, I
Honestly.
With some well-placed explosives, everything pops off and damage is kept to a minimum. Although, in order to do so, the opening created is fairly small. Any bigger, you start running the risk of not really being able to repair it or damaging other sensors topside. Right now, what I need is a savvy roll from you, Tomoe.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure that's not a stat I'm great at, but I'll believe in the dream. Oh, that's
I
not
gotta
that
make
bad.
you roll at some point, bud.
Yeah, I figured. I don't. Please roll high. Okay, I rolled an 18, so that makes it a 15. Minus 3 in savvy.
It was like my brother in the void. I know what equipment you got in
No.
character creation.
Not even a nick. With not even a nick, you are able to get the shuttle up out of this hole and able to kind of touch down outside of the ship. Ready to load everyone else up. Along with some fuel canisters.
All right.
I was backup pilot when I was on deployment, and we had to lug back in, and then we're way less nimble than this thing. If I can drive those, I can make this work.
Okay.
All right.
Gateway team loads up.
Locked.
Everyone
and-
loads up, and with the shuttle weapon loaded. With the shuttle facing the mining colony. I think that's where we're gonna cut it.
Episode 1, nobody died. Hell yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We gonna horror.
And it all could have been
Alright.
prevented if we had just said no to planets.
My optimism will only get
And
me
this is
killed,
where
I swear.
democracy fails.
I love democracy.
So this is how democracy dies, with overwhelming hell failure. Gosh,
And that's
yeah.
it. How we feeling, guys?
I'm liking this. This is fun. I'm having fun here.
Yeah?
I needed this.
Excited about this, frankly.
We're doing a little bit of a slow burn, but things will pick up.
we did
I
My
promise.
burn's slow.
we did an Atmo entry. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty quick burn.
Honestly. Well, there wasn't
Yeah.
that much atmosphere, so it wasn't that much of a burn.
Oh, that's fair. But we did do reverse thrust against the atmosphere. So
That's true. So that was a pretty quick burn.
yeah.
Yeah, episode 1, and we're already reverse thrusting.
Dear God. Yep.
It's called power bottoming, and we're all about it. Anyway. Game Mother, please save us.
They tanked that impact.
That's an inside joke. You wouldn't get that unless you're in the Discord.
That's an
Discord. I'll put it in the
inside.
chat.
Levels. There's levels to it. It's like the Neon Lights iceberg.
On the scopes, that was just here, but 33% of that joke is hidden underneath the surface. Wait, actually, it's 60%. 60%.
Either way, we're taking down a whole ship with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since that's it for the night, let's go ahead and go back around in overlay order and give our outros.
Clockwise, same time.
Clockwise, yes.
All right, that brings it to me. Hey, everybody. I've been here. I'm Legendary Vermin. I'm playing Faye Castilian, the captain of the Empress Strike. Maybe never again. My poor baby bird is doing so poorly. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me as Legendary Vermin on all the places that matter, which is, of course, Itch, Twitch, Twitter, and I suppose YouTube. If you're ever curious about my streaming schedule, please go check it out at legendaryvermin.com/live. You can always catch me here on Neon Lights Roleplay for With the Will, which will be coming up not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Another episode of Last Transmission, which I believe is scheduled for the first Thursday of every month. And then at some point in the future for Frozen Rain, when we'll send up a signal flare and you'll know where to point your dropship.
He'll be fine. We'll all be fine.
We'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
That's all I got for today.
All right. Well, I'll take up that baton then. So yeah, I'm Shockpoint Failure. I have been playing Tao Shardine, the cynical wartime AI who, for one reason or another, planted himself in a fleshy organic body, who loves to give fake shit, among other people. But yeah, where you can find me primarily on Twitter at Shockpoint622. Typically speaking, I'm probably in and out on random occasions here on Neon Lights and various other locations, so keep an eye out for that. Don't really have any big major projects in the pipeline at this moment, just primarily this game. However, depending on how things go, I might be picking up streaming on my own lonesome over on my channel, Shockpoint Failure, either mid to late November. So keep an eye out for that. And I think that's it for me.
Foxy.
Oh wait, it's me now. Hi, I forgot how words work, and also I was working on a meme. I'm sorry. Any case, hey folks, it's me. I'm Young Foxy, also known as Big Foxy. Occasionally called your favorite Fox Philly's finest. You know who I am. You can find me on the internet at Foxy Eternal. That's FOXXI, but the way it's normally spelled. Don't go right ringers. It's like that. It's a great time doing it. Next place you'll see me streaming wise will be. Y'all won't see me again till Monday, actually, here on Neon Lights Roleplay for Kindred of Fog City, a Vampire the Masquerade campaign, where I think I almost died. It's pretty intense. Check it out. Outside of that, I'm always hanging around, doing a lot of things like With the Will, mentioned previously through Vermin. I'm also around for Frozen Rain, mentioned previously as well. I'm here as well. I'm also doing Stardust Ghost, my own Mechton Zeta campaign with an all BIPOC femme cast. It's so kick-ass. Please check it out. Outside of that, just a lot of cool things happening on the internet. A lot of great things popping up around here and on other places on the internet. Shout out to Neon Lights, Snat20, Critical Misses, and other channels that I'm associated with. It's been awesome. I'm loving this campaign. I love the people who I'm here with. Bye.
that's over to me. Hey everybody, I am Turk or Turk Extended on Twitch and Twitter. Not that I really stream on my own anymore. That's a problem I would hope to fix at some point. But October is going to be busy. I was, of course, Gavin Lopata. Gosh, it's good to be back playing Lopata in a grim dark universe. Feels good, feels right. I feel at most home when I'm blowing things up and being a general positive influence. Anyway, if you want to see more of me, then you can, of course, catch me every Sunday over on, every Sunday, given, that we're available, that over on Lost Caravan, where I am in a Lancer campaign there called Necromancers. My character has several personalities which are converging in a very paracausal way, and it's very fun. And we're going to go kill a god, which, is neat. Beyond that, of course, this upcoming 9th is the first part. So this Sunday is the first part of a two-part one. So it's a two-part one-shot, which doesn't really make sense, but it does when you don't think about it. For the department, as we run the Observer effect over on Nat 20 with the department, which is a Delta Green, kind of a modern-day Call of Cthulhu spin. If you haven't caught it before, this is kind of going to be like the last one-shot I do before trying to commit to more longer-form content. So, a two-part short shot. Great terminology. Thank you very much, Leona. Shout out, of course, to Leona Maple. Absolutely wonderful creator and person on the internet who you should enlist for a lot of different work. Enlist. And, like bring on your team. Pay
Enlist rather than press gang.
Anyway.
Yeah, pay them. Pay Leona money. So beyond that, I am also on the 18th going to be in a continuing campaign of Through the Breach, which is a fun kind of Wild West campaign, where I play a much more serious character. That's over on Lost Caravan. And then I'll be playing Icon on the 26th. But before that, on the 23rd, will be the second half of that department short series. And with a lot more fun stuff to come, because October is full of spooks and ooks and really funny, really fun, scary stuff. And I'm really excited, of course. You can catch me next time here. Also Frozen Rain, because I will be filling out the form to get that scheduled right now. I've been delaying that for too long. So yeah, tune in for Frozen Rain. Tune in for the next time this is. Support everyone you see here on your screen, because they're incredible. And be good, do good. Toss it up to Meg. Sorry, took too long.
I am Meg Mysteria. I have been your game mother for this evening, running these crew through their paces. We had a little bit of a slow burn tonight, and then a quick atmosphere burn, and well, we'll see what the rest of the campaign holds. I'm always present in the Neon Lights server, as well as Lost Caravan, as well as Singularity Roleplay, which, as far as what's coming up for me, on the 16th and the 30th, as well as a little bit later into October, Singularity Roleplay is kicking off with its very first sets of games for our actual Twitch stream. I'm gonna pump that as much as I can, and it'll be the kickoff for our long list of planned spooky, scary skeletons content. And as far as what other spooky, scary skeleton content we have going on, you can find me over in Lost Caravan. We will be doing the second part of my Epimetheus module, hopefully sometime this month. We are still working on setting the day, but on Monday the 10th, we are starting up a long-form alien campaign with multiple GMs. Turk forgot to mention that part.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like spoilers to me.
It might be spoilers, but it's already been said by me, Fleet, and Hoop, so you know what? Here you are. But
I get the distinct pleasure of running our crew through the intro sequence starting on the 10th, and it'll be every other Monday after that. And then, of course, at some point this month, once we got the schedule set, we will be doing another installment of Frozen Rain. And then, of course, we come right back around to the first Thursday of November when we come right back for our next episode of Last Transmission.
Yeah, baby.
Special shout outs to Foxy for putting together this great map for us. Heck for doing our intro sequence, and of course, Turk for doing our stream managing for this evening, and just the Neon Lights org in general for allowing me to really try something a little bit different for me with a stellar cast who also gets a special shout out. If they haven't hyped themselves up enough, I'm gonna do it for them. Everyone here is fantastic. I love them. They're great role players. I can't wait to continue this.
That includes you. You're great.
Let's see. Do we have a raid target for tonight?
Saints live.
Let's go jump on stage. He's doing crazy puzzle things. If you know the game, stay quiet. But if you don't, then believe nothing is a
Playing
square.
Phasmophobia?
Oh, is he playing Phasma? Oh, never mind. I thought he was
Playing Phasmophobia.
He was playing a puzzle game before, dang it.
Well, we're gonna go say hi to Saint playing Phasmophobia.
Tell him to trust no one.
Put a bunch of emotes in the chat. Try to get a jump scare in there.
Yes! Oh gosh, I got so many points to spend. I'm gonna send... Can't do Baby Shark, but gosh, I can do something.
Spend all of the points you have possible. Bug the shit out of Saint. And yeah, that's where we're going. So I think that's a wrap for tonight,
You
guys.
better be quick.
We'll see you next time.
Good night.